Have you ever woken up one morning and felt different? Not in pain, not injured, no visible bruises. But when you reached down to tie your shoelaces or stood up from your favorite chair, there was a heaviness in your legs, a quiet resistance, like your body was moving through water. And you paused just for a moment wondering, was I always this slow? If that moment sounds familiar, leave a comment with the number 6 below. You're not alone, and your story matters. That tiny pause, it's important, because that's how it begins. A shift so subtle, most people miss it. You're not alone. Right now, thousands of older adults, just like you, are quietly losing muscle strength every single day, and they don't even know it. This isn't just aging. It has a name, sarcopenia, the silent loss of muscle mass and strength. After the age of 50, we lose up to 1 to 2% of muscle every year. And here's the part no one tells you. It's not just time taking your strength away. Some of the very foods we eat every day, foods we were told were healthy, normal, safe, are quietly speeding up that loss. But today, that changes. Because we're going to uncover the 5 everyday foods that quietly damage your muscles, and more importantly, what you can do to take your strength back. So if you've been feeling weaker, less steady, or just not quite like yourself lately, stay with me. Because what you're about to learn could change the way you move, live, and feel. For good. It's breakfast time. The sun peeks through the window, and you sit down at your kitchen table, just like you've done for decades. You reach for the familiar white loaf of bread. Soft. Warm. You toast a couple of slices, maybe spread on a little butter or jam, a hot cup of coffee on the side. It feels comforting. It feels normal. But inside your body, something else is happening. That toast, as harmless as it seems, is setting off a chain reaction. One that inflames your tissues, disrupts your hormones, and silently chips away at your muscle strength. You see, refined carbs, like white bread, pasta, pastries, cookies, are everywhere. They're easy to digest, quick to prepare, and taste great. But what most people don't realize is that these foods are nutritionally empty. During processing, refined flours are stripped of fiber, vitamins, and minerals. What's left? Fast-absorbing starch that turns into sugar in your bloodstream in just minutes. Your blood sugar spikes, like a roller coaster, then crashes, then spikes again. Over time, this rhythm of highs and lows leads to chronic inflammation, a state where your body is constantly fighting itself. And that's terrible news for your muscles. Because inflammation, it's like rust on metal. It eats away at muscle fibers, slowly and silently. And there's more. Those blood sugar spikes also trigger a flood of insulin, a hormone that in excess interferes with how your muscles absorb protein. So even if you're eating chicken, fish, or eggs, your muscles may not be getting the nutrients they need. Your body is too busy fighting off sugar surges. Meanwhile, those refined carbs, they don't feed your muscles, they feed fat. So while your weight may go up, your strength quietly goes down. You might feel it when you carry a shopping bag and get winded, or when a flight of stairs feels more like a mountain. In fact, studies show that diets high in refined carbohydrates increase the risk of insulin resistance, a condition that not only leads to type 2 diabetes, but also accelerates muscle breakdown. And your joints? They feel the burden too. Extra weight from these carb-heavy foods strains your knees, hips, and lower back. You may not notice it now, but over time it builds, like a quiet storm. But here's the good news. You don't need to have to give up bread or pasta forever. You just need to make smarter swaps. Try 100% whole grain bread, rye, oats, or sprouted grain. Switch to whole wheat pasta or protein-packed alternatives like lentil or chickpea pasta. And pair your meals with lean proteins and healthy fats. Grilled chicken, fish, avocado, olive oil, or nuts. These changes nourish and protect your muscles instead of draining them. Because every bite is more than food, it's fuel for your future strength. Imagine this. It's a peaceful morning. You're sitting at the kitchen table, light streaming through the window. You've made your toast, poured your coffee, and now you reach for a tall glass of freshly squeezed orange juice. It's a ritual, maybe one you've had for years. It feels natural, healthy even. After all, we've been told, orange juice is full of vitamin C. It's great for the immune system. But behind that sweet, familiar taste lies a danger that few people talk about. Fruit juice, especially orange juice, is one of the most misunderstood drinks in your kitchen. Yes, it comes from fruit, but once it's been squeezed, something important is missing: fiber. That natural fiber is your body's shield. It slows sugar absorption, supports digestion, and prevents sudden blood sugar spikes. Without it, fruit juice floods your body with sugar in seconds. Your blood sugar rises fast, your body rushes to release insulin, and then comes the crash: fatigue, brain fog, sluggishness. And in that moment, your muscles are left vulnerable. Over time, these sugar surges wear down your muscle fibers, weakening them slowly, invisibly. And it gets worse. The type of sugar in juice, fructose, is processed in your liver. Too much of it, too fast, and your liver becomes overwhelmed. It starts converting sugar into fat. That fat builds up in the liver, leading to non-alcoholic fatty liver disease, a condition that's surprisingly common in older adults. But even more dangerous is what happens next: inflammation. Chronic, low-grade inflammation that damages muscle tissue, slows healing, and blocks your muscles from absorbing nutrients they need to grow and repair. And here's another hidden trap. Fructose doesn't trigger fullness. It doesn't tell your brain you've had enough. So after a glass of juice, you might feel satisfied for a few minutes, then suddenly reach for a snack or something carb-heavy, and the cycle continues. Sugar, crash, hunger, fatigue, all while your muscles quietly pay the price. But isn't drinking juice the same as eating fruit? Not even close. When you eat a whole orange, you get fiber. You chew slowly, you're full after one. But a single glass of juice, that could be 3 or 4 oranges, without any fiber to slow things down. That's more sugar than your body was ever meant to handle in one sitting. So what can you do? You don't have to give up flavor. Just change how you enjoy it. Blend whole fruits into smoothies, use the pulp, keep the skin where you can. Pair oranges with low fructose fruits like strawberries or blueberries. They add antioxidants and fiber. Your muscles will thank you. Or try something even simpler. A glass of water with lemon. Refreshing, hydrating, and kind to your muscles. You could also sip on herbal teas, gentle, warm, and supportive of recovery and strength. Because what you drink is just as important as what you eat. And sometimes, the most familiar things, even a glass of orange juice, can quietly steal your strength if you're not paying attention. You might be doing everything right. You're eating more fruit, cutting back on sugar, staying active, and trying to get enough protein. But somehow, you still feel weaker, less steady on your feet, like your strength is slipping, little by little. And if that sounds familiar, the reason might be hiding in your fridge right now. I'm talking about processed meats, ham, cold cuts, sausages, salami, bacon. Those quick, ready-to-eat proteins we've all relied on from time to time. They're convenient, they taste good, and they seem like a safe option, especially on a busy day. But here's the truth. Every time you eat a piece of processed meat, your muscles pay a price, and over time, that price adds up. Let's look at what's really inside. These meats are full of chemical preservatives, nitrites and nitrates, added to make them look fresh, stay pink, and last longer. But once inside your body, those chemicals create something called oxidative stress. It's like unleashing tiny wrecking balls in your cells, damaging tissue, including precious muscle fibers. And that's not all. Just like refined carbs and sugary drinks, processed meats trigger inflammation, the slow-burning fire that weakens muscles from the inside out. They're also loaded with saturated fats, and in lower quality brands, even trans fats, which clog blood vessels and restrict blood flow. And when your muscles don't get enough blood, they don't get enough oxygen or nutrients. That means slower recovery, quicker fatigue, and long-term shrinkage. You might feel it as cramping in your legs, heavy arms after lifting something light, or a deep tiredness after your daily walk. And there's more. Processed meats are packed with salt, and that excess sodium pulls water out of your body. You may not notice it, but mild dehydration affects your muscles almost instantly. Cramps, stiffness, fatigue. Ever felt extra thirsty after a ham sandwich? That's your body asking for help. When muscles are dry, they don't contract properly. They're more prone to injury, and recovery takes longer. But processed meat has protein, right? Technically, yes. But the protein in processed meats is often lower quality, mixed with fillers, starches, and preservatives that disrupt digestion. Compared to a grilled chicken breast or a boiled egg, a slice of deli meat doesn't stand a chance. So what should you do instead? Go back to basics. When possible, cook your protein. Use lean meats, chicken breast, turkey, or beef with minimal fat. Roast it, grill it, bake it. Simple, whole, powerful. Prefer seafood? Bring in more salmon, sardines, or mackerel. They're rich in protein and anti-inflammatory omega-3s. Eggs? One of the best and most complete proteins nature offers. Affordable, easy to cook, muscle-friendly. And for plant-based options, try lentils, chickpeas, beans, nuts. When combined, they give you all the amino acids your muscles need, without the toxic load of preservatives. Start small. Swap your cold-cut sandwich for a tuna salad. Replace bacon with eggs or hummus and roasted veggies. Every shift counts. Because food can either build your strength or break it down, one bite at a time. We've all heard it. Eat your greens. Drink coffee in moderation. Choose foods that are natural and healthy. And those are good ideas, in theory. But sometimes, even the healthiest foods can have a hidden side. Especially as we get older, when our bodies process things differently than they used to. Let's talk about two of the biggest surprises on this list: raw spinach and coffee. Let's start with spinach. It's the poster child for strength, rich in iron, calcium, magnesium, and vitamin K. It's packed with everything your muscles and bones need, right? Well, yes. But here's what most people don't know. Spinach contains a natural compound called oxalic acid, and while it's safe in small amounts, spinach has very high levels of it, especially when eaten raw. Oxalic acid binds to minerals like calcium and magnesium in your gut, blocking your body from absorbing them. So even if you're eating healthy, those critical nutrients for muscle contraction and recovery, they're just passing through, unused. Eat raw spinach every day, and your body can start to fall behind. More cramps, more fatigue, less endurance. Over time, oxalates can even contribute to kidney stones, a painful condition that's unfortunately common among older adults. They also interfere with ATP production. That's the molecule your muscles use for energy. So you may feel unusually tired after light activity, or sore longer than you used to. So what's the fix? It's simple. Cook your spinach. Even lightly steaming it can reduce oxalates by up to 40%. Drain the cooking water, and you've removed most of the trouble. You don't have to give it up. Just rotate your greens. Try kale, arugula, romaine, or butter lettuce. They're gentle on the kidneys, kind to your muscles, and still full of nutrients. Now, let's talk about coffee. We love it. We rely on it. And it does have benefits: antioxidants, alertness, mood support. But in large amounts, especially as we age, coffee becomes a silent thief of muscle health. Why? First, it's a diuretic. It makes your body flush out fluids, and with that, essential minerals like calcium and magnesium. Lose too many minerals, and your muscles feel it. Cramps, twitching, fatigue. Second, caffeine boosts cortisol, your stress hormone, especially on an empty stomach or during anxious moments. That cortisol spike can cause your body to break down muscle for energy. That's right. Instead of building, you're burning muscle tissue, over and over again. And finally, coffee messes with sleep. Even if you fall asleep, caffeine can shorten deep rest. And deep sleep is when your body repairs and rebuilds muscle tissue. less recovery, more weakness. All from a drink we think is harmless. So, what now? You don't have to give up your morning cup. Just be smart about it. Stick to 1 to 2 small cups. Drink them after eating, not on an empty stomach. Avoid caffeine in the late afternoon or evening. Switch to green tea or herbal teas when you want something warm later in the day. And don't forget to replenish. Add magnesium and calcium-rich foods into your meals, like cooked greens, nuts, seeds, or mineral water. Because protecting your muscles doesn't just happen in the gym. It happens moment by moment, sip by sip. Let's take a moment to look back. You started your day like any other. Maybe a slice of toast, a glass of juice, a quick bite of ham, maybe even a spinach smoothie, and your second cup of coffee before noon. It all felt normal. But today, we've uncovered something deeper. 5 everyday habits. Foods and drinks that quietly steal strength from your muscles. Not because you made a mistake, but because no one told you what was happening behind the scenes. Now you know. White bread and refined flours, they spike blood sugar, feed inflammation, and block protein absorption. Fruit juice, sweet but stripped of fiber, it overloads your liver and muscles with sugar. Processed meats, convenient, but packed with chemicals, salts, and fats that work against your strength. Raw spinach, full of nutrients, but also high in oxalates that stop those nutrients from ever reaching your muscles. And coffee, a comfort for many, but in excess, it quietly drains your minerals, your rest, and your recovery. But here's the part I want you to remember. It's not too late. Even in your 60s, 70s, or 80s, your body is still listening, still adapting, still ready to rebuild. Your strength hasn't left you. It's just been waiting for the right fuel. So ask yourself, how many of these foods are part of your daily routine? Which one surprised you the most? And what change will you make today, even a small one, to feed your future strength? Leave a comment and let me know. Your story could inspire someone else. Because strength isn't just about lifting something heavy. It's about walking with confidence, standing without fear, reaching for the things and the people you love without hesitation. You're not just aging, you're still living. And you deserve to live strong. So if this message resonated with you, share it with someone you care about, a spouse, a friend, a neighbor. And don't forget, subscribe my channel, where every week you'll get trusted, science-backed tips on how to eat smart, move better, and stay powerful at any age. Let's keep growing stronger, together. Let's review the powerful insights you've discovered today. 1. Muscle loss after 60 isn't just natural aging, it's sarcopenia. And it can be made worse by the food choices we make every day, often without realizing it. 2. Refined carbs like white bread and pastries fuel inflammation, spike insulin, and block protein absorption. Swap them for whole grains like rye, oats, or lentil-based pasta. 3. Fruit juices, especially orange juice, are sugar bombs in disguise. Eat whole fruits with fiber, or make smoothies using the peel and pulp. 4. Processed meats are filled with preservatives and harmful fats that slowly degrade muscle function. Choose lean, fresh proteins or plant-based sources like beans and lentils. 5. Even healthy choices like raw spinach and too much coffee can backfire. Lightly cook high oxalate greens and limit coffee to earlier in the day while staying hydrated and mineral balanced. Most importantly, these small daily choices either build your strength or quietly break it down. But now, you're equipped with the knowledge to choose better, live stronger, and stay independent. Your turn. Which of these changes will you start with this week? Share your answer in the comments and encourage someone else to start their journey too. And remember to subscribe to the Senior Fit channel for weekly tips to stay strong, energized, and confident at any age.